Can we say breakthrough, breakthrough? As you coming in the room, type in breakthrough, 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 because that's what we finna talk about. Breaking through. I was having a moment with the Holy Spirit this week and a conversation with my friend later in the week about breakthrough, and the Holy Spirit gave me this revelation about it that I got. I shared it with my friend, and now I'm here to share it with the rest of my sisters. Breakthrough, 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 breakthrough. So we were talking. Um, I was reflecting on the conversation that I had with one of my friends, and she was talking about breakthrough, breakthrough. And then I was having a moment with the Holy Spirit. And I was like, I need a breakthrough on this. I need a breakthrough. I need a breakthrough. And I heard in my spirit, breakthrough is not about the tears. It's not about how many tears you cry, how long you cry. That's not a breakthrough. Not to say you don't need to cry, because you very much need to cry. Your tears, those signals, your tears is a signal of release. You're releasing something, or it's an expression of your emotions, and it releases something, not only in the natural, but in the spirit. And when you're vulnerable before God like that, where you're allowing the tears to flow, where you're crying out and being open and honest with him, confessing, admitting to what you're struggling with, because it's not that he don't know, but you got to admit, you have to confess what you're struggling with before him. And as you are releasing, there's something that happens in the spirit to you, but those tears are not your breakthrough. Your breakthrough is this. Let's define breakthrough right quick. Let's find, we're going to break it apart. We're going to break apart breakthrough. So as we define the word break, it means to separate or cause to separate into pieces as a result of a blow, shock, or strain. And I want you to look this up for yourself after you watch this video. The other part of this definition of the word break is to interrupt. Interrupt a sequence, a course, or a continuous state of something, to interrupt it. And then through, we define that as moving in one side and out of the other. Whether you're going through a door, a channeling, opening or something, a location, but you're going in one way, out the other. That's you're going through. And then you're continuing in time towards the completion of a process or period. As we define breakthrough, that definition is a sudden, dramatic, and important discovery or development. Sudden is what's set in my spirit when I looked up that definition of breakthrough. Sudden. So let's put it together. It says breakthrough is a sudden separation that causes something to split into pieces, interrupting its sequence by moving in one way and out towards the other, completing the process. That is breakthrough. And so when you're in this moment and you're going through something, and you get to this wall that you need to break through, and you begin to cry, your tears are not the breakthrough, but your ability to keep going forward is where you break through. That's where you find breakthrough. And in that moment where you're crying physically and crying out verbally to God, in that moment of your vulnerability is where he strengthens you to press forward, to go out that other side. Sometimes we're like, Lord, I cried out to you. I had my breakthrough. No, you didn't. You had a moment where you were vulnerable with God. You had a moment where you expressed your emotions about it. But if you don't keep going forward, you won't get to the breakthrough. You won't get through to the other side if you stop. So keep going. When you break, you are separating something into pieces. You are interrupting something. When you're going through, you're in one side and out the other. So those of you who feel like you're constantly hitting this wall, or hitting this, getting to this standstill moment in your life concerning a certain situation, event, or goal that you're reaching, and you cry every single time you get there, and you're like, Lord, I thought we had this moment where you were going to magically make it happen for me. No, you got to keep going. The breakthrough is when you break down that wall and cause it to separate into pieces. Come on, Webster's Dictionary. You got to break the thing down. And that happens by you continuing to move forward. It happens by you continuing to move forward as you go in one way and out the other. Suddenly, the barrier between me and God, whatever's keeping me from my vision, suddenly the barrier of fear that's in between me and my vision, suddenly the barrier of abandonment or rejection that's in between me and what God has for me will separate into pieces as I go into prayer, as I go into worship, as I execute my business plan, as I have hard conversations with whoever I need to be talking to. As I do that, I will come out one side and come in one side and out the other. That is your breakthrough. That's how you break through. Your tears, wonderful. Let them happen. Let them release. But don't stop there. Keep going forward. And when you're in that moment of vulnerability before God, that's where He strengthens you to pick yourself up, girl, and keep going. You got to press toward the mark. It's true that God hears your tears. He hears the things on your heart that you can't even verbally express. He understands the message that your tears are giving as they flow from your face. He understands. He gets it. And so as you're crying out, allow Him to strengthen you so that you can get yourself back up and get the breakthrough that you're working so desperately to get past, in one way and out the other. Separate or cause to separate into pieces. Break through the barrier of fear. Break through the barrier of abandonment. Break through the barrier of lack of affection. Break through the barrier of discomfort. Break through the barrier of anger, irrational decision. Break through the barrier of sexual immorality. Break through the barrier. Separate. Disrupt the thing as you're going in one way and out the other. And that other side that you're going out of is glory. It's freedom in God, in who He's called you to be, and how He has called you to live. Predestined. Not, let's say predestined. Who He's predestined you to be, and how He has predestined you to live as His son or daughter. So I encourage you in this moment to keep going, to press through, to cry out, admit to God what you need, what you're experiencing. Allow Him to strengthen you so you pick yourself up and keep going.